So this should be renal hydroxylase. Are we converting? What are we doing? We're factors that influence good metabolism by the give me proximal tubule. Oh yeah, 25. So we probably renal hydroxylase. Renal 1 hydroxylase. Yes. Okay, renal 1 hydroxylase. The other one is renal 125. So that converts. That should be converting. Let's see, 25 hydroxyl D3 into 25 1 or 125 whatever. Dihydroxyl D3, right? Yep, 125 dihydroxyl D3. And the presence of 125 dihydroxyl D3 inhibits the renal 1 hydroxylase, which makes sense because it's a negative feedback loop, and you need that. Yes. All right, so what can amplify this? Well, positive regulation can be provided by vitamin D deficiency, which would be the absence of 125 dihydroxy D3. Also, parathyroid hormone caused by hypocalcemia. I wonder if I can walk through the center. All right. Let's see. And we can have. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry. Good God, it's terrifying. All right. And then we have an inactive form, I think, which can be caused by vitamin D deficiency. The lower one. So the secondary pathway. Low plasma parathyroid hormone. All right. High renal cortex. All right. Now, what do we do for foods? Steak and shake. The problem with steak and shake is they have no vegetarian options, except for they have shakes. Let's see, do I want to be fat? Yeah, let's be fat. I don't want to be fat though. What is Doug doing? All right, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they don't do anything. All right, we'll have one of those. Yeah. All right. If I go home, I'm gonna go to sleep. You guys. All right. So we have dihydroxy. Okay, so we have. All right. So let's say correct on that one. Okay, so what is this? Synthesis of vitamin D3 metabolites. All right, so we already know in the kidney that we have the conversion of 125 of one or of 25 dihydroxy D3 or 25 hydroxy D3 into two different pathways that will convert into a 24-25 and 125. So that must be the 25 dihydroxy or 25 monohydroxy D3. Yes, it is. Fantastic. All right. So then we have the liver. What does the liver produce? Well, it does gluconeogenesis, ketogenesis, and it does ketogenesis, right? Okay. Well, why should I realize that? Well, this is coming from the arrow. This is coming from the adipose tissue. So that must be from the ketone bonds. So that might be. I just want to eat the bar. I just want to drink a shake. Have a shake. What options do we have? I just want. Let's see. Ooh. Can I try the? I don't know. I just want. Can I try a Kit Kat shake, please? Or yes, just for small, the smallest size, yeah, for sure. Yep, that'll be all. All right, cool, awesome. All right, I won't pay this time in advance. Last time I did that, it took too long and I left. All right, cool. All right, effects of insulin deficiency. Right. Okay. So like that's the. All right. So you have. Oh, right. So you have less insulin. So what's your positive? So insulin must downregulate all these pathways. Well, no. I mean, insulin means you don't reuptake glucose, which means that must have a signal coming out of your cells. All right, let's see what's going on here. How do we start? So say glycogen. So you have more glycogen. Glycogen goes into glucose. Glucose is produced. Right. So all of these pathways would be inhibited by insulin. So it's down less insulin deficiency. You have an increase in glycogen being converted into glucose. You have an increase in glucose being exported from the blood into the bloodstream, the circulation. That glucose inhibits the triglyceride, inhibits the formation of more glucose. So that's good, but is that direct? Let's see, glucose up, fatty acids up, keto acids up. Then you have an increase, but glucose should downregulate fatty acid synthesis and ketogenesis. But I need more details on this pathway. Yeah. And amino acids drives gluconeogenesis, increases gluconeogenesis. So increase in amino acids increases gluconeogenesis, right? Which makes sense. Any nutrient. So let's see. So the amino acid pathway is closely connected to the gluconeogenesis pathway, and an increase in. I wonder if this is working. All right, let's pause this for a moment. Well, let's finish this card first, and then which increases the amount of nitrogen. So urea synthesis, which exports urea into the blood, right? Of course, because the nitrogen has to be lost. You don't have nitrogen. There's no nitrogen in glucose. Let's see, increase the fatty acids, all kinds of stuff. Ooh, I need to do laundry tonight. Yeah, I have to do that. All right, cool. That was fun. So I think I can pretty much list a lot of these. Now that I know that triglycerides go into two things, fatty acids and glycerol, which, duh. Then I know that glycogen is coming out of the liver, so that's main glycogen pathway, and then that's connected. I mean, it's pretty obvious, so you should be able to connect the dots from that. And then you just need to know the gluconeogenesis from amino acids will split up the nitrogen from the glucose. So if you're converting protein um, into glycogen, or using protein as an energy source, you're going to be paying more urea, which is good to know. So you know that more yellow in your pee means losing amino acids, means you need to consume more to replace that. So in a way, in a sense. And all right, so then let's move on to nothing else. Like good. No, I don't remember if I got that right or not. Say hard. Okay, so what do we have going on here? Well, looks like a protein degradation pathway. Let's see. All right, that's fun. All right. Ooh, that's not the insulin receptor. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so how does insulin regulate glucose coming into the cell? Right? Is that a glucose transporter? Could be an amino acid transporter. I don't know. That looks like a pretty. What is that? All right. So let's see. So that's insulin. Let's see. So what do you have there? So that's insulin causing. Forget mech. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Rat. All right. So we have the IRS. Right. The IRS. So the PY. I think that's PIPY. PY. I think it's IRS. IRS is GRB by the SOS, which converts guanylyl cyclase, which converts GDP to GDP, which converts RAS GDP to RAS GTP. Membrane-bound RAS GTP activates RAF. RAF converts MEK to MEK phosphate, which converts MAPK to MAPK phosphate. And then into nucleus, and then that's transcription factor, into nucleus phosphorylation of transcription factor. And growth of mitotic actions, this glucose uptake. So insulin receptor becomes, right, GLUT4, right, of course. And then the increase in glucose increases metabolic actions. And then you have GLUT4 in the vesicle. Yes, so you have the glucose transporter. The glucose transporter has to go to the surface of the cell in order to allow for glucose uptake. That is caused by the IRS and the PI3K. PI3 kinase, PIP3. Oh, that must be PIP3. Yeah, PIP3 kinase. So the PIP3 kinase, which is membrane bound, activates PKB, which is phosphorylated, and then causes metabolic actions, and they transport gluten to the cell. Perfect. So when you produce insulin, that increases the amount of GLUT4 in the cell, which increases glucose uptake, which then there's another pathway, the RAS, SOS, IRS, GRB, SOS, RAS, RAF, MEK, MAPK pathway, which increases cell division. Fantastic. What a great pathway. So you have one that increases uptake of glucose from the insulin receptor, which makes sense. Obviously, that's the whole point. It increases the amount of GLUT4 vesicles. So I think it's just transporting, it's creating those. So the part of the transcriptional state of the cell that uptakes glucose is just to have those vesicles in the Golgi apparatus, and then those are caused to go to the surface of the cell via the phosphorylation and activation of small g protein TC10 pathway, which is in part, which is goes together with the PKB P pathway. So IRS PIP3 kinase, PIP2, PIP3, PKB, and then the group 4 in the vesicle. So IRS, doesn't look like a train. Well, whatever. Alright, PIP3K, PIP3 kinase, PKB, PIP3, PIP2, PIP3, PKB, PKB phosphate, group 3. Right. So IRS, PIP3 kinase, PIP3, PKB, phosphate, and then GLUT4. Okay, cool. Then we have the insulin receptor, IRS, GRB, SOS, RAS, GGP to RAS, GGP, RAF, MEC phosphate, MAPK phosphate, and then transcriptional change, cell division, mitosis, growth, and mitotic changes. All right. Okay, then we have the LPL. So this is the LPL. I'm not totally sure what this is. Lipoproteins, LPL. I expect it to be a transporter, but I'm not sure. Let's see.